People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Good evening from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium in Cuba City, WIAA Division 4, or Division 3 rather, regional quarterfinal, regional semifinal volleyball between the host Cuba City Cubans, the 3-seed, and the 6-seeded Darlington Redbirds, fresh off of their victory over Prairie du Chien back on Tuesday night. From the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, the best seat in the house, my name is RJ Osterhaus. Thanks for joining us on Super Hits 106, superhits106.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Lely Center of Monroe. These two teams met back on September 4th, and it was a 3-set sweep by the Cubans here at Cuba City, 25-12, 25-16, 25-17. We'll chat with both head coaches coming up. Pam Ritchie of the Redbirds and Cuba City's Carey Lawson as part of our Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese, the intersection of highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. We'll ask about the Russell Lofts' injury report if you've been injured. Their team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights to help get you the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLaw@WI.com. Bringing our starting lineups, colors of the game. Keep an eye on that shoebox scoreboard tonight. Our broadcast is brought to you by Mound City Bank's Total Line of Credit. Use the equity in your home for the things that you want. Stop into Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at MoundCityBank.com. By Cole Acres Golf and Country Club. Cole Acres Golf and Grill, rather. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City. And at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialists in Platteville, Dodgeville. And at AppliedMicro.biz. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference. At Community First Bank, CFBank.com, member FDIC. And Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional, friendly service. Again, we had a chance to talk to both head coaches. Carey Lawson with the Cubans. Up next, our visit with Pamela Ritchie, head coach of the Darlington Redbirds. Pamela's thoughts come your way next here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school sports presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Welcome back to Raleigh Cheese pregame show from Cuba City. We're joined by Pamela Ritchie, head coach of the Darlington Redbirds. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing pretty well, thank you. I had to hesitate because I'm used to Pam Pastina, the Pioneer standout. Talk about how that career takes you into, obviously I have the passion for the sport. What's the biggest thing you pass along to these girls or try to as a program?
I really truly think the people, so many of the people that were teammates on the Pioneer team are friends, are also coaches in the SWAL as well. And like Coach Lawson, I've known her forever and ever and ever. She coached when I was in high school, so it's kind of funny we go way back too. But yeah, just the game of volleyball has been super important in my life, basically from every level, and it hasn't stopped, I guess.
Talk about your team a little bit. It's kind of a slower start to the season, but you want to be playing your best ball right now. Is that the case, and how so?
I definitely think we've made some tweaks and some changes throughout our season, and I feel like with those, we are playing our best ball. I feel like we have started to put things together, and it's really exciting. And watching people come in and fill in some spots that we were missing at the beginning of the year has been really key for us.
Everybody's kind of dinged up here and there. We asked this about the Russell Lofts' injury report. How is the team health?
We're actually pretty great right now. Midway through, we had a big sprained ankle kind of go down, and that wasn't so great. But no, we're good. So hopefully that stays that way.
Darlington's Pamela Ritchie joining us. Cuba City, you haven't seen them since the first week in September, and that is ancient history in a volleyball season. Talk about how that matchup went. You guys got swept there, obviously, but what's different now from your team? What have you seen on Cuba?
Well, Cuba just has a pedigree here, so walking into this gym, it does some crazy things to everyone's brain. We are a different team than we were then in September, so many things have changed. Our lineup has changed drastically. We are now running a 6-2 rather than a 5-1. We really got Lily Ritchie into that offensive part that she's been a huge key of for the last 2 years, so that's been nice. We've had some other people really step up, kind of just switch things around, and I do feel like we've just begun to gel. And Cuba's tough no matter what. Just saying that name, it kind of does something to everyone's psyche, but I'm confident we're ready, and I think we're just going to try to do whatever we can.
Talk about the psyche, and that can bring out the best. As a competitor, it's like you go to certain places, Cuba City for basketball, Cuba City for volleyball, and it doesn't just fire the players up, it kind of fires the coaches up.
Oh, for sure, right. It definitely does, but I kind of keep telling my girls, we have nothing to lose. We have nothing to lose, and we're a 6 seed, and we can come in and do some things on any given night. Any team can win, and that's what I need them to believe too. So, yeah.
Talk about the X's and O's a bit and the matchup. What are the Rosemeyer Wealth Management keys to the game for Darlington?
Okay, so Maya Miski, great outside hitter. She's just big. She's tall. She can do a lot of really great things in that front row. They're scrappy. Typical Cuba City volleyball, where they just don't quit, and so that has been huge. Teaching my girls, we don't quit either. Controlling what we can control. So serving tough at them, making them move, and then just our girls' confidence all the time. Next play, and making them believe, because I really do. We have some skilled girls out here, and I think once they believe, they can do amazing things.
All right, looking forward to it, Pam. Appreciate it. Have a lot of fun, and good luck tonight.
Thanks so much, RJ.
All right, Pamela Ritchie, head coach of Darlington, here on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show. Ahead, we will track down Carey Lawson of the Cubans. That's next here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to our Raleigh Cheese pre-match show from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium in Cuba City. We're talking to Carey Lawson, head coach of the Cubans. Carey, how are you?
Real good.
Playoff time, always an exciting time, and an exciting time for your team too. You finished second in the conference this year, mineral points stacked. They're up a division this year. What stands out to me is the success you've had with a lot of different names on the roster this year.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster with our roster, and there's not probably a season that I've had in the past where almost everybody's contributed somewhere, whether it be to fill in or someone's having a bad night. So they actually all have had experience. We just haven't found that one lineup that we could use, whether it's due to injuries or illness or just who we're playing, that we've stuck with. So it's always a guessing game.
Everybody's banged up this time of year. You're leading to my my Russell Law Office's injury report. How are the Cubans physically right now?
Yep, we've had two significant injuries, and both of those athletes really are not available. One may suit up tonight, but it's part of the process, and hopefully our fill-ins are able to step in and do what they need to do. They're prepared, so it's one of those things where here's your opportunity to be a part of this.
And it's been a next up season, according to what you just told me. X's and O's wise, what are you most pleased with right now about the way Cuba City's playing?
We've picked up the pace a little bit. Different year for the SWAL. We had a different type of schedule, which I was prepared for 2 years ago. And with our schedule, we've been on the road 5 different weekends, and we saw a lot of different teams. Unfortunately, a couple of those experiences, that's when we had injuries and illness, so we weren't full strength. The season just kind of bounced around. We'd have a game, we wouldn't have a game, and then we'd have a Saturday trip. So the last couple of weeks, we've had some really solid practices and being able to, finish out the conference season. We had the SWAL quad for the first time, which was interesting, but I think great for everybody that played. So, now it's all about putting the pieces together and seeing where we've come and the growth that will help us this week.
Room for improvement, growth, postseason emphasis. Where is your biggest stickling point for demanding improvement this week?
Well, the serve and pass game is always going to be the case, and because we have a young roster, just making sure our kids are staying level, and staying confident, because none of this is on them. They're just part of the party.
Darlington, a team you played last in September, and that's ancient history from a volleyball standpoint. What do you remember about the Redbirds? What have you seen on them lately?
Well, the Redbirds have Pam Ritchie as their coach, so that's one awesome thing right there, right? And they're a team that's always going to get better. They've had some situations too with rotations and injuries. I think they're finally getting the last part of the season. They've really been more consistent with their matches. Playing them way back then was one night. We played really, really well that night. It was our first home game of the season. They're going to be ready to go. She's going to have them ready to go, and they've got some solid seniors and experienced players that are still a part of that with some new kids. So they're not going to come to Cuba City and just show up.
With that matchup in mind, the X's and O's, what are your Rosemeyer Wealth Management keys to the game for tonight, Carey?
Well, like I said before, the team that I think can pull out a lead and hold the lead, they're going to do well just because of the environment, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if we go extra innings tonight.
All right, Carey, appreciate it. Have a lot of fun. Good luck.
Thanks so much.
All right, Carey Lawson, head coach of the Cubans here on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show. Up next, Cuba City and Darlington. It's a WIAA regional semifinal, and it's next here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Cuba City High School. RJ Osterhouse with you on Super Hits 106 and the Green Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our broadcast brought to you by Fritz's Burner Service in Darlington. Call Fritz's Burner Service, your best choice for all heating and cooling needs in Darlington and the surrounding area. See them at fritzsburnerservices.com. The Woodford State Bank, serving Southwest Wisconsin from 6 locations, Greene, Iowa, and Lafayette counties for over 100 years. Visit them. Find them on Facebook or come in and see what they can do for you. The Woodford State Bank. Saunders Oil Company of Warren. Family owned for 3 generations, offering delivery of premium diesel fuel and gasoline products to tri-state homes, farms, and businesses. Saunders Oil Company of Warren. Cuba City Collision and Repair. Cuba City Collision and Repair, recommended by a long list of satisfied customers. See Joel Groom, Brian Cohn, and the crew at Cuba City Collision and Repair. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services, more than 50 specialists. So you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, where you'll find local bankers making local decisions to meet local needs. It's a banking experience you won't get anywhere else. Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank Galena, member FDIC. And the Lely Center in Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Lely Center, Monroe. The starting lineups presented by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster Ridgeland Center and at fullersmilkercenter.com. For the visiting Darlington Redbirds, their starting rotation looks like this. Ramey Norgard, 5'10 junior opposite side hitter, averaging 1.1 dig per set. Macy Norgard, 5'9 freshman outside hitter, wears number 5, 1.2 kills per set for Macy. Maddie Gratz, 5'10 senior middle hitter, wears number 10, 2.3 kills per set is tops for the Redbirds, and she also has 2.3 digs per set. That's Maddie Gratz. Sydney Weigel, 5'9 senior outside middle hitter, wears number 12, 1.1 kills per set for Weigel. Lily Ritchie, 5'9 junior setter and outside hitter, averaging 2.1 kills per set, a team high 4 assists per set, and a team high 2.8 digs per set. That's Lily Ritchie. The libero, wearing number 20, Olivia Winslow, 5' senior, wears number 20. And rounding out the rotation for Darlington, number 30, Katie Hartwig, 5'10 senior middle hitter, averaging 1.6 kills per set, 2.2 digs per set. Again, the Darlington starters, Ramey Norgard, Macy Norgard, Maddie Gratz, Sydney Weigel, Lily Ritchie, Olivia Winslow, and Katie Hartwig. The Redbirds 18-5 on the season, 3-4 their record in the SWAL, where they finished in 5th place behind Mineral Point, Cuba City, Southwestern, and Fenimore. The Redbirds under head coach Pamela Ritchie, assisted by Abby Haas, Ashley McCarville, and Laura Sturtz. The Cuba City Cubans starting lineup. They start 1 of 2, Bethany Doherty, sophomore middle blocker right side hitter, averaging a kill per set, or Trina Redfern, senior defensive specialist, number 5. Also in the rotation, Savannah Krieger, junior outside hitter, averaging 1.8 kills per set. Meg Keepers, sophomore middle blocker, averaging 1.5 kills per set. Emerson Niles, sophomore setter, averaging 7.9 assists per set and 2.3 digs per set. Maya Miskey, junior outside hitter, number 12, 3.5 kills per set, 2.1 digs per set for Miskey. Allie Ingersoll, the libero, wearing number 14, 3.4 digs per set for Ingersoll. Rounding out the Cubans rotation, Cheyenne Hotaker, senior middle blocker, number 15, 1.5 kills per set for Hotaker. Again, the Cubans are Bethany Doherty, Savannah Krieger, Trina Redford, Meg Keepers, Emerson Niles, Maya Miskey, Allie Ingersoll, and Cheyenne Hotaker. The Cubans 24-13 in the campaign, 8-2 second place finisher in the SWAL, behind again Mineral Point, who finished 7-0 in conference play. The Cubans under head coach Carey Lawson, her 29th season, a record of 758 and 238, assisted by Tammy Budden, Cassidy Riportella, and Megan Rogeman. The colors of the game we'll bring to you when our Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues next on Super Hits 106, superhits106.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Cuba City, the colors of the game presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Colors of the game first for the visiting Darlington Redbirds. They have white tops and black shorts. The tops with red lettering and black trim. And red numerals with black trim. The Cuba City Cubans in bicolored tops. Predominantly black and a gold that runs from the neck down the shoulders, then fading into black on the sleeves. White script Cuba City across the back, gold letters and gold trim in the black shorts for the Cubans. And now we'll bring you the national anthem, the Cuba City Pep Band to my right. Here on Super Hits 106 and the Korean Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. City Pep Band here on Super Hits 106.1 FM, Sageville, Dubuque, superhits106.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We're live and archive coverage is powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical and the Laley Center, Monroe. All part of Grant Regional Health Center. People's State Bank coverage of high school sports presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. My name is RJ Osterhaus. Darlington at Cuba City, a SWAL rematch. Moments away from getting going here. Our broadcast brought to you by the Melby Funeral Home and Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville. I'll call them what their name is. Offering a history of care and understanding that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at Melby Funeral Home and Crematory, Platteville. Our audio stream at superhits106.com, powered by Ansover Toyota in Dubuque. Anderson Weber Toyota when you are ready. Claire Bank and their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware, bottom of Main in Platteville. See Hermson's for perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's in Bloomington and Platteville. The Russell Law Offices. Local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices, Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. McNett Electric in Belmont. They can help with all your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett are on call, ready to help your ag, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric, Belmont. Breckler Insurance Group. For all of your insurance needs, see Steve Landowski, Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and WCC-brands.com. The Highland State Bank of Highland and at highlandstatebank.net. By West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Elsewhere tonight in the Queen Bee Radio family of stations. Lancaster at Mineral Point over on WGLR 97.7 Country. Platteville at Edgewood on AM 1590 WPVL. In Iowa, Grant at Fenimore on Extreme 107.1 and everything streaming tonight on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The winner of this, oh, by the way, we'll get the winner of Dodgeville and Marshall. And if it's Dodgeville, either of these two teams would host on Saturday night. If it's Marshall, the winner of this plays on the road. We are set for volleyball as I view it from the stage. And it's Darlington with the opening serve from left to right as you view it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And the service coming up of Lily Ritchie. Ball dug out midcourt right, back set, middle 50-50, ball punched over, forward up from the back middle. Tap back over the net, forwarded up midcourt right. A reverse bump pass and attack to the back, forwarded up by Winslow. They'll set it up front, left-handed spike over the net for the kill. Rami Norgard finds pay dirt, hardwood. I'll figure it out, broadcast rust on my part. 1-0, Darlington. Ritchie again running jump serve. That is going to drop. Not an ace, it was touched twice, but effectively so, as Redford unable to get a quality pass off of the serve. 2-0 Redbirds. Ritchie again punches across. That one diving in, returned on the dig. Popped up back middle, forward set, front left. Attacked across. Going to be forwarded up from the back middle. Set middle, hitter spot, downward spike for the kill. Cheyenne Hotaker, brought to you by Emerson Niles on the assist. 1-2, Cuba City's turn to go on the offensive. Broadcast brought to you by Weber's Processing Plant of Cuba City. Plan your holiday dinners now. Order your fresh smoked turkeys, hickory smoked holiday hams from prime rib and more from Weber's in Cuba City. And the return spike after the service of the Cubans is hammered home. I thought I saw an 11. There's not one on my roster. Cubans looking for a return front left hitter spot. The attack over, set up. Little tap over the top, pop forward. Set over the net, no 50-50 ball tap to the Darlington side. Pass front, left, the attack across is in for the kill. Ava Whalen from the front left. Service of Sydney Weigel, who I believe had that kill earlier. Back set, front right, tap across, dug out midcourt, now a pass, now a back set, front right. A little miscommunication. And the Cubans will end up getting the point. 2-4, Cuba City, set 1 of this Division III regional semifinal. Cuban service of Savannah Krieger, forwarded from the midcourt. Pass forward, front left, push across the front left for Cuba City, and they can't get a return on the attack. A lift called against the Redbirds, I think, was ultimately what gives Cuba City the point. So it's Krieger back to serve again, 3-0 for Cuba City, set number 1. And they'll set it up front left, attack on the way, forward it up. Now 50-50 ball at the net and through the block for the kill, Maya Miskey. Broadcast brought to you by TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call at TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Attack across by Darlington. It's going to be 4 hits to get the return. No. Cubans do it at return. They'll set it up front, left attack, block back over at the net. The roof and the kill executed by Bethany Doherty. 5-0 for Cuba City, taking their first lead, and Savannah Krieger backcourt left as we view from directly behind. Running jump serve coming up, and that is going to be pushed back to the center. Flat-footed spike across, popped up in the midcourt. Pass front left, attack across the right hand. Pass front left for the Redbirds. Attack blocked back over at the net. The roof and the kill by Bethany Doherty. 6-0 for Cubans. Savannah Krieger again with a nice run on her service so far. The righty punches it across to the back. No, they let it go deep. A service error. Point Redbirds. Broadcast brought to you by Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, and refinishing needs, call on Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Benton. Redbird service by Matty Gratz. Cuban sent it back up. Downward spike for the kill from the front left, Maya Miskey. 7 serving 5 Cubans. Back middle, the service of Cheyenne Hotaker. Redbirds forward, now front left, the attack across out the top of the net, dug out smartly. A pass back to the middle, back row attack, misfires, point Redbirds. Six serving 7 Darlington, and Cameron Andrews, who's authored 31 aces on the season, comes off the Darlington pine, goes backcourt right, and the righty will punch it across. Dug out in the middle, back set front right, the attack cross, block back over at the net. Now a push across to the back line, forward and back up. A pass to the front left, spike off the block, forwarded from the back line by Krieger. Forward set, front left, attack across, back down for the kill. For the Kingley disregard up front. That was Macy Nogard with the block and the kill. 7 all here in set 1. Service on the way from Andrews. Cubans recover to get the return. Popped up in the forecourt, set front, middle, and the spike down for the kill and the quick attack by Katie Hartwig. 8 serving 7. No, what happened? Must have been in the net against the Redbirds. 8 serving 7 Cuba City is the end result, as Trina Redfern on to serve from backcourt right. She'll punch across, forwarded up from the midcourt left. Set in the middle hitter spot, push to the back. Pass front left for the Cubans. Miskey punches across, forwarded from the back middle. Forward set, front left, punch across. Popped up in the midcourt, and the Cubans can't get the return. 8-8. As we are hotly contested here in set 1. Broadcast brought to you by Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Fenimore. Redbird service by Winslow is deep service error. And 8 serving 8 Cuba City. Miskey back to serve for the Cubans. The backcourt left, barely, running jump serve, forwarded up. A pass to the front left, attack across for the kill. Chloe O'Brien notched that one. 9 serving 9, Redbirds, set 1. Could be here for a while at this pace. Katie Hartwig back to serve. She's had 35 aces on the year. That one. Past the left, now back to the middle, back row attack, misfires into the net, and Darlington leads 10-9. Broadcast brought to you by Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. Katie Hartwig again, backcourt right, running jump serve coming up. Dug out in the back middle. Now forward set to the front, and a misfire into the net. 11-9, Redbirds by 2 here in set 1. Broadcast brought to you by Bouse Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. Hartwig again on the attack. That one into the top of the tape and down to the floor. A service error and a point Cuba City. Cubans rotate in. Cheyenne Hotaker back to serve the libero, Allie Ingersoll. She's from the backcourt middle in the basketball paint here at Pettigrew Gymnasium. And that attack is going to be off the net and point Cuba. We're not at 11. Ingersoll to serve again, backcourt middle. Punched across. Pop forward, 50-50 ball, and comes down Darlington's side. Playing defense up front just in case was Hotaker. 12-11, Cubans set 1. Ingersoll punches across, popped up in the back row. Winslow, a reverse pass and a reverse bump over by O'Brien. Set up middle hitter spot for the Cubans. They block back over at the net by Gratz, and now the Cubans get the return. Set middle hitter spot. Gratz punches over again. Forwarded up, middle hitter spot. Runner up, Hotaker across, and then into her wheelhouse on the return, and Hotaker gets the attack kill. 13-11, Cuba City. Ingersoll punches from the middle. Dug forward, set front, left for the Redbirds, and a misfire into the net, point Cubans. 14-11, Cuba City. Ingersoll with the serve again. Dug forward and an ace for Ingersoll. Her 18th in the campaign, and a timeout. Darlington will take one too. 15-11 Cubans in set one. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. From the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth at Pettigrew Gymnasium in Cuba City, RJ Osterhaus on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Broadcast brought by People's State Bank. Personal home business snag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. Darlington returns off a Cuba City set coming out of the Redbird timeout. Now back to the Darlington square, and they'll set it front left attack. Coming at pay dirt down the middle. On the attack kill from the front left by Lily Ritchie. Redbirds rotate in a couple. Ramey Nordgaard is back in. So is I saw a number not on my roster. Cubans are going to set it up for a return. Middle hitter spot. Hotaker to the back, and did she paint the line? She did. Cheyenne Hotaker with her third, 16-12. Cuba City. Sydney Weigel, the other Redbird that checked in. Service on the way, dug out. And the Redbirds will set it up. Flat foot attack across by Winslow. Now they'll back set front right for the Cubans. Tap over the top by Bethany Doherty. Push to the back corner. Forwarded up by Ingersoll. They'll set it front left. Punch across by Krieger. Redbirds set it back up. Backpedaling spike across. Handled by the Cubans. Back set. Backpedaling spike misfires into the net. Not a great pass that time to Doherty. And the Redbirds get a point back. It's 13 serving 16. Sydney Weigel back to serve. 29 aces in the campaign for her, and she will punch it across. Miskey digs and forward, set front left. Hotaker got Hardwood. 4 attack kills unofficially for Hotaker. 4 is the lead for Cuba City, 17-13 here in set 1. Savannah Krieger, backcourt left, punched across, dug out. Pass front right, attack across, eats up the defender, a lift is called, and the attack kill is good for Ramey Norgard. 14 serving 17, Darlington. Maddie Gratz's turn to serve. The lefty punches across. Forwarded up by Ingersoll, pass front left, Miskey oncoming. Little floater to the back line, and it misses deep. 15 serving 17, Redbirds. Broadcast brought to you by West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage, Lancaster. Cubans back set. Hotaker cross-court spike. Off the fingertips for the kill. 5 unofficially for Hotaker. Cubans rotate in. Meg Keepers, the sophomore middle blocker. And it's Hotaker back to serve. The senior from backcourt middle. Dug forward. Forward set, front left. Attack across, spiked off the block. Pushed back across by Miskey, but outside the square. Point for the Redbirds, 16 serving 18. Broadcast brought to you by the Highland State Bank of Highland and HighlandStateBank.net. Redbird service. Cameron Andrews let's serve. Now a reverse pass, and now Miskey, the pass over the net. Forward set, middle hitter spot. Spike downward off the block. Dug smartly back, rolled by Krieger. They'll set it back up for Miskey. She attacks across, forward from the back line. Now front left into the net. And a point, no, in the net to call on the Cubans. Point Redbirds. Broadcast brought to you by Mountain City Bank. Their total line of credit. Use the equity in your home to the things that you want. Stop into Mountain City Bank to apply for subject to approval. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountainCityBank.com. Mountain City Bank, the important part of the disclaimer read. Forward set, front left, attack across. Miskey, and that's going to be dug out now. Pushed back across to the Cuban side. Forward set, middle hitter spot, downward spike. And the Redbirds get the return. Ingersoll forwards from the back line, but somebody cheated in the net to call against the Cubans. And a fired up Redbird student section celebrates a tied set 1 at 18 all. Cameron Andrews, timeout Cuba City. We'll take 1-2, 18 all in set 1. Back to Cuba City after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The best seat in the house, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, RJ Osterhaus from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium in Cuba City, where the conference rival, Darlington Redbirds, knotted up 18 all with Cuba City here in set number 1. Redbird service out of the Cuban timeout. A forward set for Miskey, front left, downward spike for the kill. Maya Miskey. Mixing my Miskies up. It's Maya with the kill. I've got her for 3, 19-18 Cuba City. Trina Redfern to serve for the Cubans. Forwarded from the back, middle hitter set on the way, and the attack kill answer in the middle. It's Katie Hartwig with the kill. Brought to you by Cameron Andrews on the assist. 19-19, a root beer score here in set 1 from Cuba City. Redbirds about to serve with Olivia Winslow, the libero in black with red lettering. Service on the way, dug out in the midcourt. A desperation dig, but couldn't be passed very well. And the Redbirds get to the coveted 20 first as 20 serving 19 Darlington in set number 1 at Cuba City. Winslow from the backcourt left serves again for Darlington. Ball dug forward, a pass to Miskey, front left. Her attack popped up, now pushed front left, pushed across the net, popped up. Set for Miskey again, front left, over the top and in for the kill. Maya Miskey gets her 4th. 20-20. Broadcast brought to you by Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. Hopefully get some golf in before the season's done. Now time's winding down, the weather's winding down. Redbirds coming out the Cuban service, a tap over the top for the kill. That was Chloe O'Brien. 21-20, Darlington. Redbird service with Katie Hartwig. Right-handed dribble, right-handed jump serve, lined over the net. Forwarded up by Redfern, and attack across was wide. 22 serving 20 Darlington in set 1. Hartwig to serve again. Punches across, it's deep, a service error. 21 serving 22 Cubans. Broadcast brought to you by Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialists in Platteville, Dodgeville, and at appliedmicro.biz. Tricia and the crew take very good care of you in Platteville and Dodgeville and online. Cuban service not returned inside the antenna. And we are knotted up at 22 in set number 1. Ingersoll gets the directions from Carey Lawson and now punches straight to the back middle. Forward set, front left attack across, pop forward by Ingersoll. Pass by Niles for Miskey. No, excuse me, that's for Krieger who gets it across. Forward set, front left, Redbirds tap across. Dug out middle, into the wheelhouse, and for the kill is Maddie Gratz. One of those swinging roofs. (23) serving 22 Redbirds. Running jump serve on the way, dug out by Ingersoll. Forward set, front left, Hotaker taps over the top. Forwarded from the midcourt left, quick set over the net. Bumped up in the midcourt, forward set, middle, Hotaker. Blocked back over at the net. The roof and the kill by Maddie Gratz. 24-22, set point in set 1, and Cuba City would like to talk about it as a team. Our broadcast brought to you by Community First Bank. For your communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com. Member FDIC. At Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's over 40 years professional friendly service. I see Matt and the crew over there. I can't believe how affordably you can take care of the critters in and around the house. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. 24-22, set point in set 1 for Darlington. The service of Lily Ritchie. Running jump serve on the way, dug out in the midcourt. Back set, front right. Attack across is going to go. Still not across on the reverse. Bump gets the save. Now Hotaker swipes left and gets the kill. So the Cubans will serve 23-24. Emerson Niles, the lefty, punches across. And to set the front left, attack across, forwarded to the midcourt, forward set, front left attack on the way, and that's going to be for the kill, and we're knotted at 24. Savannah Krieger, the proper English on that spike. Carey Lawson mentioned extra innings, and this is what she had in mind, is going past that 25-point level to decide a match. Redbirds quick set up, forwarded up by Hotaker, set front left, attack across, off the block and for the kill, Savannah Krieger. 25-24, and now it's set point for the Cubans. Niles trying to put set 1 in the books for the Cubans. The lefty serves across, dug out in the midcourt, set middle, hitter spot, the attack popped up to the roof, right back down. And now a tap over the top is going to be dug, and they're not going to get the return, and Cuba City takes set 1, 26-24. 26-24, Cuba City set 2 ahead on Super Hits 106, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Lavely Center Monroe, part of Grant Regional Health Center. People's State Bank coverage of playoff volleyball, presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Back and forth set one, tightly contested throughout, goes to Cuba City in the end. It was down 24-23, came back to win 26-24, so Cuba City takes set one. Elsewhere on the shoebox scoreboard, over on Extreme 107.1, Fenimore takes the first set from Iowa Grant, 25-11. Mineral Point takes the first set from Lancaster over on 97.7 Country WGLR, 25-17. And Platteville, how about the Hillman, taking set one at Edgewood, 25-23. Some pretty good volleyball so far tonight across the Queen Bee radio family of stations and streams. Football coverage coming up tomorrow night, level 1 playoffs for 11-man football. Lancaster at Amherst on WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Platteville at Lodi on AM 1590 WPVL. Mineral Point at Fenimore on Extreme 107.1, and I'll be here on Super Hits 106 at South Wayne for River Ridge at Blackhawk, also on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Exciting time of year, one of my favorite times of year. Fall playoffs are absolutely a ton of fun. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Fritz's Burner Service in Darlington. Contact Fritz's Burner Service, your best choice for all heating and cooling needs in Darlington and the surrounding area. Visit fritzsburnerservice.com. The Woodford State Bank, serving Southwest Wisconsin from 6 locations, Greene, Iowa, and Lafayette counties for over 100 years. Come in and see what they can do for you. The Woodford State Bank. Saunders Oil Company of Warren, family owned for 3 generations, offering delivery of premium diesel fuel and gasoline products to tri-state homes, farms, and businesses. Saunders Oil Company of Warren. Cuba City Collision and Repair, recommended by a long list of satisfied customers. Joel Groom, Brian Cohn, and the crew at Cuba City Collision and Repair will get you back on the road and looking really good. Southwest Health Center has over 24 specialty services, more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Cuba City serving up 1-0, and Darlington Redbirds attack on their return, forwarded back to the Darlington side of the net as they switch sides and the push across the quick set in for the kill by Lily Ritchie. 1-0 Redbirds in set 2, who led in several different occasions. In set 1, Ritchie served this time, dug out back middle, Ingersoll, forward pass, front left, Hotaker back pedals, and spikes across for the kill as it was mishandled on the Darlington side. I've got Hotaker for 7 unofficially. Cuba City rotates Miskey in. She's front court left, as you'd view from behind the net. On the Cuba side, service on the way, forwarded up by the Redbirds. Ritchie sets middle, attack to the back line, and that will go for the kill for Maddie Gretz. 2 serving 1, Darlington. Yeah, set 1, won by the Cubans, could have been anybody's. Sydney White-Weagle serves across, forwarded by Ingersoll, back set Hotaker across the spike, misses the back line. 3 serving 1 now, Darlington. Broadcast brought to you by Lely Center Monroe, your local dairy automation specialist. Call Jordan Wilson at Lely Center Monroe. Weagle punches across. That is deep service error. It'll be 2 serving 3, Cuba City. Hotaker to serve for the Cubans. Line across, forwarded up midcourt by Gratz. Back set for Gratz, tap across the left hand, dug out midcourt for Cuba City. Set front left, Miskey the attack across for the kill. Maya Miskey has 5. Three serving 3 Cubans. Hotaker punches across, forwarded up by Winslow. Back set, front right, push across. by Gratz is going to go for the kill. Cubans couldn't steer it over the net. 4 serving 3, Redbirds. Maddie Gratz running jump serve with the left hand, dug out midcourt. Set front left, the punch across, misses the back line. As mid-keepers couldn't connect. I'm the only one up here. My cord's not long enough to get there, I don't think. Yeah, pretty worthless from a helping out standpoint. We're on a budget, our cord's only so long. They've got a different volleyball down on the floor. And Trina Redfern will punch across. Ball popped up. Forward set, front left, backpedaling spike to the back line and deep. Cuba City serving with Redfern, 5 serving 4. Serve across, that's going to be a service error. Another one up here on the stage. They're going to close the curtains on me here. So 5-5 Redbird serve. Broadcast brought to you by Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank Galena, where you'll find local bankers making local decisions and meeting local needs. A banking experience working anywhere else. Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank Galena, member FDIC. Redbird service is going to be trying for a return, a roof and a kill at the net by Katie Hartwig. 6 serving 5 Redbirds. Cameron Andrews to serve across. That's dug out in the midcourt. Passed back to the square. Pushed across by Miskey. Forwarded up by Andrews. And the forward set by the Cubans to the front left. Miskey downward and for the kill. Maya Miskey makes it 6-all as she heads back to serve. If the seeds hold, the winner of this will go to Marshall on Saturday night for a regional championship match. Miskey's serve is going to go as an ace because while it was dug, couldn't get the pass to anybody in particular. So number 21 for Miskey on the campaign. 7 serving 6 Cubans. Miskey punches across forward to the midcourt. A pass to the front left. Attack across, nothing doing. Back front left. This time it's deep on the attack of Krieger. 7-7 the score. And Olivia Winslow, the senior libero, clad in black for Darlington, will serve. Forwarded by the Cubans. A block back over at the net. Cuba City rebounds to go front left. The attack across over there will go for the kill. Hartwig a block in the sequence. The Cubans ultimately the kill with Savannah Krieger. 8 serving 7 Cuba City, up 1 set to nothing. A backwards pass to the front left. It's going to result in an attack kill for Lily Ritchie. And now Hartwig serving 8-all for Darlington. Running jumper coming up from the righty, popped up in the back row. A pass to the front, and Hotaker will push across. And they say it was in for the kill. Not a lot of people getting excited about that at all, including the official. Now, he's not supposed to get excited, I guess, but the players, not sure they knew what was going on. Cuban serving 9-8, and there is an ace. Emerson Niles gets her 32nd on the year. 10-8, Cuba City up 1 set to nothing over Darlington. Division III regional semifinal on Super S 106 and the Green Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Ball returned over the net by Ritchie. They'll set it back up, blocked at the net. Cubans trying to recover. Middle Hotaker swipes right. Andrews handles the pass up top for Maddie Gratz, who gets the kill. serving 9 serving 10. Darlington down a set to nothing. Redbird service of Gratz. Back set Cuba City. Across the top of the net and falls wide of the square despite the effort of Savannah Krieger. So we're tied at 10. Lily Ritchie, the running jump serve, forwarded up, pass front, left, Otaker, spike, block. Comes down Darlington square, set up front, left, and a swipe right for the kill for Sydney Weigel. 11 serving 10 Redbirds. Lily Ritchie serves across, forwarded up by Ingersoll. A pass for Otaker. Forward sets over the net. And now a running jump from the left, going to be forwarded from the back middle. Forward set, front left, attack across the back row, forwarded up by Ingersoll. Forward set, front left, the attack downward. In the net to call against Darlington. Cuba City point, 11 all in the shoebox scoreboard. Savannah Krieger, backcourt right. Krieger attacks across, forwarded by Gratz. Pass forward, now push across by Norgard. That's Rami Norgard. Attack back across by Otaker, off the rafter, and comes back out of the pursuit of the Redbirds, and it makes it a Cuba City lead, 11-12. So the home court working in the Cubans' favor before a service error ties it back up at 12. Broadcast brought to you by the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville, offering a history of caring and understanding each family is unique and will honor personal requests and traditions. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory at Platteville. 12 all and 12 serving. It's Sydney Weigel for Darlington. Ingersoll, the reverse set. And then the attack kill for Miskey. Paints the sideline. (13 serving 12 Cubans. Otaker from backcourt left. Forwarded by Winslow. A pass up front. And a forward set front left attack across, forwarded by Winslow. And the quick set over the net by Ritchie. Gets the kill. (13 all the score. Redbirds serve. Lily Ritchie. That'll be a service error. 14-13. Cuba City, the lead and the serve. Krieger punches across, dug in the back middle. Forward set, front left, attack off the top of the net and in for the kill for Katie Hartwig. (14 all the score. Cameron Andrews, line serve, forwarded up by Ingersoll. Back set, front left, Miskey off the block. Pop forward from the back row, forward set, front left, attack back across, and for the kill, Lily Ritchie, her fifth. 15-14 Darlington. Cameron Andrews, the serve, forwarded up by Ingersoll. The set by Niles, and a roof at the net for the kill. Katie Hartwig. 16 serving 14 Redbirds. Cameron Andrews again, punches across, pop forward by Ingersoll. Niles sets forward, Miskey's spike is dug, then off the rafter and hits the floor. Miskey with 8. 15 serving 16 Cubans. Miskey serving backcourt left. Floated across, allowed to go, and they say it painted the back line. 16 all, and what's going to be called an ace for Miskey. Looked into me, those along the side except the judge didn't think so. Ball popped up, and now miss hit at the net. 17 serving 16, Cuba City up 1-0. They took set one, 26-24. Miskey running jump serve, that one, they let that one go, and that one was clearly it. So they allowed two in a row to drop. For aces number 21 and 22 for Miskey on the year. She'll punch it over again. This one up front, dug forward from the middle. They'll set in middle. And the spike across results in a kill by Katie Hartwig. I've got Hartwig for 5. 17 serving 18. Winslow back to serve again for the Redbirds. Her punch across. Forwarded up in the midcourt. Back set, front, right, attack across. Dug from the back, left. They'll set it up front, left. Attack across for the kill. Lily Ritchie have another. Broadcast brought to you by Anniston Toyota in Dubuque. Upon our audio stream at superhits106.com. Anniston Toyota in Dubuque when you are ready. Olivia Winslow, 18, serving 18. Forward set front, left attack across, block back at the net. Reverse pass, and now a reverse bump over. They'll forward set, front, left, have to bump it across, Will Ritchie. Forward set, middle hitter, spot, hard spike, back corner for the kill, Meg Keepers. 19 serving 18, Cuba City. Allie Ingersoll. Punch it a few times, and then her service ace in front of the diving Maddie Gratz. 20 serving 18 Cubans. Redbird timeout. We'll keep it here. Broadcast brought to you by Clare Bank and their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC. And an equal housing lender by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. The Russell Law Offices, your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices, Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Lancaster. The McNutt Electric of Belmont. Chip and his crew can assist you with ag, commercial, home projects. McNutt Electric of Belmont. Following up on Ingersoll's ace, she'll serve again coming out of the timeout. 20 serving 18, Cuba City. Redbirds get the return. It's returned back quickly, and now a set to the front left. Bump set, backpedaling spike is going to be forwarded up. On the return, and out the block for the kill. That's Hartwig for the Redbirds. 19 serving 20. If you're Darlington, you hate to go down 2-0 anytime, but you really hate to do it at the home of Cuba City. Well, Richie Pamela talked about it in the pregame. That reputation, that energy. Tradition here at Cuba, fires everybody up, but can also be a detriment if you get down. Ball popped up in the midcourt, back set, front left, Redbirds attack across it for the kill, Lily Ritchie. 20 serving 20. These two teams looking very evenly matched despite the 3-set sweep by the Cubans in lopsided fashion back in early September. Running jump serve for Hartwig, popped up in the back middle. Forward set, front left, pop across the net, popped up in the midcourt, forward set, front left, push across, and that's going to misfire into the net. Thought she may have palmed it almost on the attack attempt, Chloe O'Brien. 21 serving 20, Cuba City. And it's Emerson Niles serving. Forwarded up, forward set, front left. Redbird tap across, popped up midcourt, Niles, forward set. front left, punch across, popped up, forward set, front left, attack across, block back over at the net, they'll set it up again. Now Andrews bumps it over. Cuban set up for Hotaker, who misfires deep. 21-21, Darlington service. Substitutions in for the Redbirds. Ramey Norgard and Sydney Weigel. Service on the way, and the Cuban return. That one off the front of the table here. May have heard that in the crowd mic. 22-21, Darlington with the lead here in set number 2, down 1-0. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Broadcast brought to you by Breckler Insurance Group. For all of your insurance needs, see Steve Lewandowski at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. Redbird service, Cubans looking for a return. Popped up front right, now they'll send a mid-court attack by the libero. Winslow punches it across. Set front left, Cuban spiked across, popped up in the midcourt. A reverse set, 50-50 at the net. Knocked down Cuban side, they'll dig it out though. And now a back row attack coming up, popped up in the midcourt. A bump set front left, attack across, block back over at the net. Redbirds recover, pushed by Winslow to the middle. Cuban set it back up middle, hitter spot. Hotaker brings the hammer. Cheyenne Hotaker has her 9th. And we are tied at 22. With Cuba City up 1-0 after taking set 1, 26-24. Here's Savannah Krieger's service, forwarded up by Hartwig. Now set front, left-handed attack across and misses deep, does Norgard, Ramey Norgard. 23 serving 22 Cubans. Savannah Krieger, service error, 23 all. Redbird service of Sydney Weigel. She'll punch it across from back middle. Forwarded up. No, Ingersoll mishandles, and it's an ace for Weigel. Her 30th on the year and a timeout taken on the floor. We're going to keep it right here. I'm going to be all stuck with no breaks in a game 5, the way these two teams are trending. Or set 5, rather. Broadcast brought to you by WCC Brands, custom apparel in Kieler, and WCC-brands.com. Shoebox scoreboard. Fenimore has taken set 2 from Iowa Grant, 25-22 after 25-11 in set 1. Fenimore up 2-0 as they like to advance to face either River Ridge or Bangor. And the Platteville Hillman at Edgewood, they're up 2-0. 25-23, 25-22 over on AM 1590 WPVL.com and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Here, 24-23, set point for Darlington. Spike across for Miskey. Set it up, front left, flat-footed, spike across for Darlington. Cuban set it back up in the hitter spot. Hotaker and in the net against Cuba. And Darlington takes set 2, 25-23. We are tied at a set apiece from Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium. Grant Regional Health Center, People's State Bank coverage of playoff volleyball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental. And Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106, superhits106.com, and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Lely Center Monroe. (26-24), 23-25. Cuba City took set 1, dropped set 2 to the Darlington Redbirds. By seed, the 6 seed Darlington, the 3 seed Cuba City. By girl to girl, woman to woman on the court, it's pretty much a dead heat right now between these two teams. Very evenly matched. Again, they first met up back on September 4th when Cuba City won the lone conference matchup, as they just play once in the SWAL now. 25-12, 16-17. Yeah, much different look here. Again, the winner of this will play Dodgeville or Marshall. It'll be at Marshall if Marshall wins. And at whoever wins this if Dodgeville pulls an upset tonight. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Mound City Bank. Their total line of credit. Along use the equity in your home to the things that you want. Stop into Mound City Bank to apply for subject to approval. Member FDIC. An equal housing lender. Stop into Mound City Bank to apply for subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at moundcitybank.com. Darlington student section kind of winning that battle tonight. They're kind of clad in Hawaiian shirts over there. Cubans dressed the part, but a little more excitement after that Redbird victory in set 2. They switch sides, keep same sides of the net, or they switch sides actually, and the Redbirds serve. Cubans going back the other way and into the net, the attack. They say a block up front actually for Matty Gratz, who got the kill, 1 serving 0 Darlington. Serve on the way, dug out in the midcourt, a bump set, front left, forwarded across, popped up in the midcourt. Back set, front left, tap across, and in for the kill. Sydney Weagle. Darlington service, dug out in the midcourt. Niles back set, and there's a misfire on a low pass. 3-0. Darlington a fast start in set 3. Lily Ritchie to serve across. Pop forward by Ingersoll. Dug smartly, pushed back across by Hotaker after the save by Niles. Front set, left side, off the mitts for the kill. That was Matty Gratz again. 4-0 start to set 3 for the Redbirds. And their student section fired up. The Lady Redbirds fired up. Lily Ritchie, 4 serving 0. Line across, dug out, 50-50 at the net, pushed to Darlington side. Dug out there by Winslow. They'll set it back up, and the attack across by Weagle. Forward set in the hitter spot. Hotaker swipes right, and she will get the kill. Cuban serve, one serving 4 from Niles, and then into the net. And an in the net call, I think. 2 serving 4. Cubans. Niles punches across and finds Hardwood. An ace for Niles. Second of the night for Emerson, 33rd in the campaign. Service on the way, popped up in the midcourt. Back set, midcourt, tap, wipe across is good for the kill, Sydney Weigel. Five serving 3, Darlington. All even in set 3. Ball popped forward by Ingersoll. Niles the pass, midcourt attack by Miskey. Forward to midcourt left, forward set, front right. Attack across is going to be through traffic. And can they get the return? They can by Hotaker. They called 4 hits late. It was the right call, it was just a bit of a delay there. 6 serving 3, Redbirds. Weigel punches across, Ingersoll forwards for Niles, back set, front right, push across by Krieger to the back corner. Bump set, pass across, dug out in the middle. Reverse pass by Ingersoll and the return by Krieger. They'll set it up, quick set over the net. Catches the Cubans flat-footed, as that's not the first time we've seen Lily Ritchie execute that. Sydney Weigel, 7 serving 3, Redbirds. Punched across, dug forward, Ingersoll. Forward middle hitter spot. Hotaker the hammer and paints the line. Four serving 7, Cubans. Got Hotaker for 11 kills. She comes in averaging 1.5 kills per set, having herself a night. And service is allowed to drop on the back line as an ace for the Cubans. Brooke Terpstra has her 16th of the year. 5 serving 7, Cuba City. These teams trying to go up 2 sets to 1 here in set 3. And there's one allowed to go deep, just missed the line that time. 8 serving 5, Redbirds. Maddie Gratz, 32 aces on the year for the lefty. That one off the side of the fist, kind of funky, but it's dug smartly. The attack across by Miskey, touched it in for the kill. I've got Miskey for double-digit kills now. Six serving 8, Hotaker for the Cubans, forwarded. Front left, Redbirds, was it touched? It was not. It is out of bounds and a Cuban point. 7 serving 8, Cuba City. Broadcast brought to you by Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at coleacresgolfandgrill.com. Service on the way, popped up in the midcourt. A reverse bump by the Redbirds. Now pass across. Forward set, front left, downward spike for the kill. Maya Miskey and that young lady's fired up as she ties set 3 at 8. Again, Cuba City set 1, 26-24, 25-23. The Redbirds took set 2. Conference rivals in a regional semifinal on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Darlington punches across. Hotaker forward, front, right, tap across, dug out by Winslow, push back to the corner, and Lily Ritchie has her 9th kill. 9 serving 8, Redbirds. Cameron Andrews. In the backcourt right, punched across, forwarded up. Niles set, middle. Tap across, someone cheated in the net. The call against Darlington. Point Cubans, 9-all in set 3. From the front, or service from the back right. Downward spike in for the kill. Katie Hartwig for Darlington. Has her 7th. Ten serving 9 Redbirds. Olivia Winslow's service. Forwarded up, Niles sets middle, attack, roof, back over at the net for the kill. Katie Hartwig again. Flanked up front by Chloe O'Brien. 11 serving 9, Darlington. Winslow, punch across, dug forward by Redfern. Backpedaling spike, Miskey, blocked back over at the net. Ingersoll pushed to the back corner, forwarded by Winslow. Forward set, front left, attack across, in for the kill. Lily Ritchie has 10. 12-9 Redbirds. Winslow from backcourt left. Backpedaling to get the dig. Now the pass goes to Miskey, midcourt left. She'll attack across, back set, front right. Cross court, spike, forwarded up. Ingersoll, bump, set, middle, tap across. Dug out in the mid. Quick push over the net. And they'll set it up for Miskey. The attack across is in for the kill for Maya Miskey. Ten serving 12 at Cuba City. Miskey will punch across. Dug out in the midcourt. A reverse set. Punch up. It's going to be returned by the Cubans at the set front left to the back line. It's returned deep. As Savannah Krieger had to rise to get it and couldn't get the downward angle. 13 serving 10. Darlington, Katie Hartwig for the Redbirds. In the traveling white uniforms with red lettering and black trim. Reverse bump for the Cubans. Now reverse pass over. Set middle hitter spot. Downward spike for the kill, Maddie Gratz. Timeout, Cuba City. We'll spend 1-2. 14-10. We're tied at a set apiece, but Darlington leading set 3. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The best seat in the house, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. RJ Osterhaus from Pregame Gymnasium in Cuba City, 14-10. Darlington leading Cuba City, coming out of a Cuban timeout. They'll set things up and get an attack kill from Meg Keepers to stop the Redbird momentum. 11 serving 14, Cuba City. We're tied at a set apiece. 26-24, Cuba took set 1, 25-23, Darlington took set 2, and now an ace for Ingersoll. Her 20th on the year, third of the night. 12 serving 14, Cubans. Service on the way, dug out back middle, forward set, front left, attack across. Dug forward by Ingersoll. Forward set. Hotaker forwarded up. Tap across. And the Cubans will set things back up in the front. Left swipe left. And the attack killed. Good for Savannah Krieger. 13-14. Cuba City serving. Again, tied at a set apiece. Forward set. And tapped across on the kill, Maddie Gratz. Serving 13, Darlington. Redbird serve just over that net and going to go for an ace for Lily Ritchie. Her team high 55th on the season. Trina Redfern couldn't get low enough. She'll rotate out now as Emma Joel comes back in. The back left, service again, Ritchie popped up in the midcourt. They set to the front left on the pass. Forwarded front left, attack down, popped up in the midcourt. Niles sets, front left, push across, popped up. Quick set over the net. With the Cubans smart to it. Attack back over, block back. Punched across, popped up, back set, front right. Attack across, forwarded by Ingersoll. Now Niles to the front left. Attack off the block, popped up as Krieger handles. Forward to Hotaker, spike off the block, forwarded up, back over the net, popped up. Front left, Krieger, popped up, forwarded, front left. Attack across off the block, was it? It was not, it's deep at a Cuba City point. Which is good because I needed a break. Serving 16 Cubans. Ball set front left to Darlington, and they will misfire and make it a 15-16 Cuban serve. Broadcast brought to you by Community First Bank. The community is where you live, work, and play, and you experience for yourself the difference. Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. Redbird set it up, tap downward for the kill. Maddie Gratz has 10. Serving 15, Darlington. Tied to set apiece. Ball punched across, dug forward. Now set front left. The attack across, Redbirds looking for the return and a downward spike for the kill. The attack was by Ava Whalen, and it makes it 18-15. Service of Weigel. Ingersoll forwards, Niles back set, front right. The attack across by Krieger, handled. They'll set it up for the Redbirds. Attack back across, forwarded up, forward set, front left. Krieger again, this time misses wide left. 19 serving 15. Redbirds. Here's Weigel. Punched across, dug out, and they can't get a pass. Serving 15, Darlington. Weigel again. Some senior urgency. Popped across, dug out by Miskey. Back set, the front right. Pushed across by Krieger. Forward set, now quick set across by Ritchie. And pushed up over the top, and it's going to eat up the Redbird defense on the soft serve by Savannah Krieger. 16 serving 20, Cubans stopped the bleeding. But an uphill battle now if they want to be the team to go up 2-1. Serve on the way, popped up, back set, front right, spike across court. Forwarded up by Niles, now Ingersoll to Miskey for the kill. Maya Miskey having herself a night. 13 kills is what I have her for, and 17 serving 20 Cubans. Brooke Tempstra. Or Terpstra, I beg your pardon. She'll forgive me for misspeaking that time as she misfired in the service error. 21 serving 17. My apologies. Service on the way, ball dug out on the serve. Now a pass to the front left, attacked by Miskey. Popped up by Winslow, front set, left, push across, and in for the kill. Kind of a push to the vacancy by Ava Whalen. And timeout on the floor, 22-17 Redbirds. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. From the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, the Pettigrew Gymnasium in Cuba City, 22-17. Darlington leading Cuba City. We're tied at a set apiece. Forward set, front left, Miskey, the hammer and the kill. Knocking on the door of 15 is Hotaker back to serve for the Cubans, 18 serving 22. Hotaker will punch across, forwarded from the back middle. Forward set, front left, across and the spike into the net. 19 serving 22, Cuba City. Hotaker's serve, forwarded by Winslow. Back set, the attack across, off the block for the kill, Ramey Norgard. Shoebox scoreboard update. Mineral Point has swept Lancaster 25-17, 14, and 22. Here is 23 serving 19. Cubans return, forwarded up by Winslow. Forward set, front left, rising spike into the block, and for the kill, Lily Ritchie has 11. 24 serving 19, set point and set two for Darlington. Forwarded from the back middle, forward set, front left, Miskey off the block for the kill. 15 for Miskey. An update from Patch Grove River Ridge trails Bangor now 2-1. Cuban service. Pass back to the front left, or front right, then front left. Attack back across now. Miskey again. Winslow will dig. They'll set it back up. Front net for the kill is Katie Hartwig. 25-20. The Redbirds take back-to-back sets and have Cuba City on the brink of elimination going into set number 4. We'll bring that to you next here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 25-20. Darlington takes set 3 and goes up 2-1 over Cuba City. from Cuba City High School. Looking forward to set 4, Darlington and Cuba City and the Redbirds, the 6th seed. Looking for the 6-3 upset. They dropped set 1, 26-24, took set 2, 25-23, and set 3, 25-20. Elsewhere on the shoebox scoreboard, Bangor is up 2 sets to 1 over River Ridge and Patch Grove tonight. Fenimore has swept Iowa Grant. They'll get the winner of that and play host on Saturday night, 25-11, 22-18, as they end Iowa Grant's season. Edgewood up 2 sets to nothing over, Platteville up 2 sets to nothing over Edgewood. 25-23, 25-22. And Mineral Point has swept Lancaster tonight, 25-17, 14-22. Our broadcast brought to you by Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. They salute our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional, friendly service. By Fritz's Burner Service, Darlington. Contact Fritz's Burner Service, your best choice for all heating and cooling needs in Darlington and the surrounding area. Check them out at fritzsburnerservices.com. The Woodford State Bank, serving Southwest Wisconsin from 6 locations in Greene, Iowa, and Lafayette County for over 100 years. See what they can do for you at the Woodford State Bank. Saunders Oil Company of Warren, family owned for 3 generations, offering delivery of premium diesel fuel and gasoline products to tri-state homes, farms, and businesses. Saunders Oil Company of Warren. Cuba City Collision and Repair, recommended by a long list of satisfied customers. See Joel Groom, Brian Cohn, and the hard-working crew at Cuba City Collision and Repair. Southwest Health, over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. The Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank Galena, where you'll find local bankers making local decisions, meeting local needs. A banking experience you won't get anywhere else. Apple River State Bank and First Community Bank of Galena, member FDIC. Cuba City service trailing 2 sets to 1. Redbirds get the return. Cubans will set it up for Krieger. Now front set to the front left and misfiring over the net was Weigel. 1 serving 0. Cuba City trying to come even in set 4. Service on the way. Pop forward by Winslow. Set front left, attack across, popped up at the net. And in the net, the call against the Cubans. One serving 1, Darlington. Billy Ritchie. Service, let's serve. Handled by Hotaker, forwarded by Ingersoll, punch back across by Doherty. And now the Redbirds get the hammer for the kill return. That is Matty Gratz. Broadcast brought to you by Lely Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Lely Center Monroe. Serve on the way, Redbirds. 2 serving 1. Cubans get the return off the top of the net. A quick set over the net by Ritchie. Dug out, though, and forwarded up. And a return bump. They'll set it up front. Left-handed tap down. Cubans recover back to the center square. And Miskey will bump it over. Quick set back line. Double pass to Hotaker, who will get it across. They'll set it front left this time, though, to the back corner. Ingersoll forwards to the front left. Krieger attacks, forwarded by Weigel, and now a left-handed attack is going to be returned by the Cubans. Forward set, front left. Spike into the block, popped up by Miskey back row. Forward set, front left, attack by Krieger. Popped up off the ceiling. They'll set it to the front left, and Weigel. Cubans looking for the return. Hotaker in the middle, misfires into the net. Point Redbirds. We've had some volleys in this one, and that was another one of those that was very good. But again, these two teams so evenly matched. Ritchie running jump serve. That will be dug. Now they'll set it up. Forwarded from the back line after the Cuban return. Attack, blocked back over at the net. No, it was into the net, and 5 hits the call, or 4 hits actually is the call. It's illegal at 4. You can hit it 5 times, but you don't get penalized twice for the cheat. Let's serve off the net, forwarded up front left. Attack back across, off the top of the net. Then the defender, and now an attack back over, back middle, Ingersoll. They'll set it up front left. The attack by Miskey dug out, and they'll punch it back over, forwarded up by Ingersoll. Forward set, back pedaling spike, Miskey dug out, back right. A bump over the net, and a set middle hitter spot the attack off the block and in for the kill, Hotaker. Service of Savannah Krieger. Redbirds forward, front left. The attack across by Ramey Norgard is a kill. People's State Bank, Grant Regional Health Center coverage of playoff volleyball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Sydney Weigel serves for the Redbirds, serving for 3. Cubans get the return, tap back down, and the kill by Maddie Gratz. Thanks for joining us on Super Hits 106. KIYX FM Sageville Dubuque, superhits106.com. And the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cubans looking for a return, 50-50 ball at the net. Comes down Darlington side now. Pop forward across the net. Now Ingersoll forwards. Niles will set it up, and 4 hits. Our YouTube channel, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical in the Lely Center, Monroe. And here's Weigel, 6 serving 3 for the Redbirds. Punched across, forwarded back left. Forward set for Miskey, that's going to be dug out. They'll get it back to the center, and a flat foot spike across by the Redbirds. They'll set it up for Hotaker, pinballed around, pushed back to the far side by Hartwig. Now for Miskey again. Roof back over at the net, the roof and the kill for Ramey Norgard. Seven serving 3, Darlington. Ball pop forward. Bump set front left. Attack across off the block. Popped up, and that's not going to be returned. Cuba City point. 4 serving 7. Broadcast brought to you by Mound City Bank's Total Line of Credit. Use the equity in your home to do the things that you want. Stop into Mound City Bank to apply for to approval. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at moundcitybank.com. Hotaker's service for Cuba City. That's going to be an ace as Winslow couldn't handle it. 22nd of the year, first of the night for Hotaker. Her Cubans down 2-1 and serving 5-7 here in set 3. Quick set over the net. Ritchie has another one. A wry smile afterwards, a point at her teammate. 8 serving 5, Redbirds. Maddie Gratz from backcourt left. Line serve across, popped up in the midcourt. They'll set it up, spike off the block, boarded from the back line. Ritchie backwards pass to the left side, roof back over at the net. Bump back to the front, push across front left corner. Cubans set it up for Miskey, spike blocked up at the net. Comes down Redbird side, they'll push to the midcourt. Forwarded up by Niles. Set for Miskey, her downward spike returned on the dig by Winslow, then pushed back by Miskey. They set for a back row attack, and the attack across by Gratz. Now Miskey, roof back over at the net. Niles will pass for Ingersoll's return. Quick set over by Ritchie is handled, and a lift called against the Cubans. Carey Lawson is less than thrilled with the call, to say the least. Point Redbirds. Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. Broadcast brought to you by Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and at coleacresgolfandgrill.com. Do you have any shoebox scoreboard updates? see here. Shoebox Scoreboard on Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Maybe if I connect to the Wi-Fi here, that'll help my cause. The important thing is everything else was connected correctly. Thanks to Tyler Dictanis for his help on troubleshooting some things from a distance earlier. Nightly game night occurrence. We appreciate him. Broadcast brought to you by Applied Micro, your computer networking specialists in Platteville, Dodgeville, and at appliedmicro.biz. 9 serving 5 Redbirds, up 2-1 over Cuba City. Cubans dig it out in the middle. Now a pass for Miskey, who will get the attack kill. 6 serving 9 Cubans coming up. Broadcast brought to you by Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville, saluting our local athletes. Over 40 years professional friendly service, Gary's Pest Control of Dickeyville. Trina Redfern to serve. Ball pop forward, back set, front left, attack across, block back over at the net. The roof and the kill by Meg Keepers. Serve on the way, dug out in the midcourt. Forward set, front right, attack across, block back over at the net. And they can't save it back, so a roof that results in a point for Cuba City. Meg Keepers did the defensive work up front. 8 serving 9 Cubans. Set front left, spike into the net, and we're tied at 9 in set 4. Trina Redfern from the backcourt right. Serve across, dug out in the midcourt. Quick set over the net. Ritchie blocked back at the net by Keepers. Now the Redbirds get it across, and the Cubans set middle. And a roof and a kill at the net for Katie Hartwig. The 5'10 senior has been a force up front for Darlington. As the Redbirds will now serve 10-9. And bring in Cameron Andrews, the freshman, to serve backcourt right. Ball forwarded up, back set, little backslide move, and a roof and a kill up front again for Darlington. That was between the combo of Hartwig and Ritchie. 11 serving 9 Redbirds. Service error, is that one a little deep? 10 serving 11, Cuba City. Maya Miskey's service. Pop forward, pass front left, attack downward, and that's gonna ricochet across the square, but the Cubans get the return. Forwarded up, middle hitter spot. Back down at the net, but returned by the Redbirds. Forward set, front left, spike into the block for the kill, Savannah Krieger. 11 all, with Darlington up 2-1. Cuba trying to force a 5th set. Service forwarded by the Redbirds. Set middle, tap across, forwarded by Miskey. Now middle hitter spot, tap across. Winslow, forward set, front left, attack, cross court spike for the kill, Lily Ritchie. 12-11. Redbirds. The student section giving the Redbird fans the tomahawk chop. That's after my own heart. Redbirds don't respond well though. As I got it, you take it on the floor and point for Cuba City. Guess they'll put the chop away. Ingersoll for the Cubans, 12 serving 12. Pop forward, bump pass, push across in for the kill. That was Gratz. 13 serving 12, Darlington. Service error, Redbirds. Broadcast brought to you by Community First Bank. The communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFbank.com, member FDIC. Niles punches across, ball popped forward to the net, popped up, tapped across, and in the net the call against the Redbirds. Point Cubans. 14 serving 13, Cuba City again trying to force a fifth set. The backcourt middle ball punched across, forwarded to nobody in particular. It's going to go as an ace for the Cubans. And Emerson Niles, timeout on the floor. Still going to keep it here. Broadcast brought to you by Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialists in Platteville, Dodgeville, and appliedmicro.biz. The shoebox scoreboard. Tells us already tonight, Mineral Point has swept Lancaster to advance to the regional final, 25-17, 14-22. Platteville was up 2-0 over Edgewood, 25-23, 25-22. And it's been a long time since we've had an update from Steve Prestegard on that one. Fenimore swept IG, 25-11, 22, and 18. Here, Cuba City set one, 26-24, then Darlington back-to-back, 25-23, 25-20. The latest volley underway out of the timeout, and the Cubans will punch it to the back corner and deep. Serving 15 Redbirds as they will rotate Ramey Norgard into the lineup, as well as Sydney Weigel. Lily Ritchie back to serve. Forwarded up by Ingersoll. Now front middle, attack downward, spike for the kill, Hotaker. Cheyenne Hotaker with 13 unofficially. 16-14 Cubans. Service on the way. That's going to be an ace as it's going to eat up the Darlington back line. The ace by Savannah Krieger, her team high 39th of the year for Cuba City. 17 serving 14 Cubans. Line serve, that's allowed to go wide for a service error. 15 serving 17 Redbirds. Sydney Weigel, the senior, will punch across to the back line, popped up. Ingersoll passes forward, reverse bump Miskey to get the return. Forward set, middle hitter spot, set back, spike for the kill. Maddie Gratz to the hardwood, brought to you by Lily Ritchie on the assist. Darlington trying to come even at 16 serving 17. They're up 2-1 here at Cuba City. And a 6-3 matchup in the regional semifinal. And the Cubans can't return the ball inside the antenna. We're tied at 17. Weigel again. Ball punched across, dug out by Ingersoll, now set back up, Miskey punches across, forwarded from the back middle. Forward set, front left, punch across, for the kill. Macy Norgard makes it 18-17 Darlington. Sydney Weigel, back middle, punched across, dug out in the midcourt, Ingersoll. Forward set, front left, Miskey. Pop forward by Weigel, forward set by Ritchie, backpedaling spike across, and in the net, or a double hit called against the Cubans. 19-17. Darlington 6 points away from pulling the upset. Redbirds punch across, popped up. Back set, front left, Hotaker backpedaling, spike for the kill. Cheyenne Hotaker. As the Cubans bring in Meg Keepers. 18, serving 19, Cuba City. Cheyenne Hotaker punches across, ball forwarded from the back middle. Back set, front right, tap across. Pop forward by the Cubans, back across the net. Set front left, push across. Dug out by Niles. Forwarded by Hotaker, flat-footed spike across by Keepers gets the return. Redbird set, spike into the net. The block, but not in bounds, so the attack kill is good for Macy Norgard. And here's Maddie Gratz. 20 serving 18 Redbirds. Set for Miskey, the spike. Dug, but not returned. (19 serving 20 Cuba City. Trina Redfern, line across, popped up. Bump forward, a side bump over, forwarded from the back line. Forwarded up front, left, Miskey the attack, hits for the kill. Pinned the left side, did Miskey, and we are tied at 20. Cuban service, dug forward from the midcourt, set front right, attack over into the net. Now the officials didn't call it, but Carey Lawson lobbied hard, and the Cubans did too. That ball was not touched at the net, but rather came back and was hit 4 and 5 times. The officials now getting together. I could see them replaying this one as nobody made that call right away. It is Cuba City point. Pamela Ritchie said in the pregame, hey, on to the next play. 21, serving 20, Cuba City. Redfern serve, pop forward, quick set over the net by Ritchie, forwarded up from the back line. Now Miskey downward spike for the kill. 22 serving 20, Cuba City trying to force set 5. Redfern, wearing number 5. Soft serve across, forwarded up, quick set, front left, attack across through the block for the kill. Maddie Gratz has 15. (21) serving 22. Forward set for Miskey, roof back over at the net, the roof, and the kill for Katie Hartwig. (22) serving 22 Redbirds. Service on the way, let's serve, popped up and is going to be returned by the Cubans. Forwarded up by Gratz, set at the net, and roof back down after the Darlington advance. A quick tap up top for hits the call, and Cuba City the point. 23 serving 22. Yeah, they couldn't get any closer if they wanted to in terms of being evenly matched up. Maya Miskey serving for the Cubans. Ball punched across, forwarded from the back middle. A pass front left, spike through the block for the kill. That's Lily Ritchie. (23) serving 23. Olivia Winslow for Darlington. Punched across, popped up by Miskey. A pass then forwarded across. Forward set, front left, Ritchie through the block for the kill. Lily Ritchie, and now set point and match point for Darlington. Cuba City timeout. We'll keep it right here. Shoebox scoreboard update. Bangor's defeated River Ridge, pulling the upset 3-1. So it'll be Bangor at Fenimore coming up on Saturday night. After Fenimore swept IG 25-11, 22-18. We'll be covering Fenimore and the Queen Bee radio family of stations and streams. Here, Darlington trying for an upset. 6 versus 3. 24 serving 23, set point, match point for the Redbirds. Olivia Winslow will punch it across. Ball dug out in the midcourt. Pass to the middle. Bumped across. Set up in the front. Middle hitter spot. Bumped up. No. In the net the call against the Redbirds. 24 serving 24. The Cubans still alive. Allie Ingersoll to serve. The righty punches it across. Dug out by Winslow. A pass to the left side is deep. And now, set point for Cuba City, trying to force set 5. 25 serving 24 Cubans. Allie Ingersoll puts the hand to it. The set front, left attack, back across is in for the kill for Chloe O'Brien. 25 all in set 4. This thing's a marathon. Katie Hartwig running jump serve. Tapped across, dug out midcourt. Quick set over the net and in for the kill. I think it was Emerson Niles. What matters now is set point again in set 4. 26 serving 25 Cubans. Forwarded up. They pass the left side, punch across. Roof back over at the net for the kill by Cheyenne Hotucker. And that's how the Cubans force set 5. 27-25. Cuba City takes set 4. A decisive fifth set is next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. From Jerry Pettigrew Gymnasium, Grant Regional Health Center, People's State Bank coverage of playoff volleyball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106, superhits106.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, which is powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical in the Lely Center of Monroe. My name is RJ Osterhaus from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, the best seat in the house. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For sure to what's to be the best seat in your house, visit Ayers Furniture and AyersFurniture.com. Cuba City took set 1, 26-24, then Darlington back-to-back sets, 25-23, 25-20. Cuba City staved off elimination, one more set at least, 27-25. They took set 4. One of those, a shame one of these teams has to lose it. Postseason classic here in round 2 between Swell Conference rivals. The winner of this will go to Marshall. who defeated Dodgeville tonight. And we'll have coverage of that on the Queen Bee radio family of stations. Mineral Point Pointers await Belleville or River Valley. Yeah, this has gone 5, so we might have a pretty full shoebox scoreboard update in the postgame show. We're missing in action or updates from Edgewood High School, where the Platteville Hillmen were up 25-23, 25-22. Hope everything's okay. We're about ready to set to return to the action here. Our Reeves Wealth Management Edward Jones postgame show is ahead. We've got a lot to select for you as part of that. Ball dug out by the Cubans after the Redbirds serve. Front left, Hotaker into the net, point Redbirds. Redbird serve, dug out mid-court. Forward set, front left, Hotaker again, blocked back over at the net. Quick set back over by Niles, and then off the antenna on the attempt by Weigel. One serving one, first to 15, and by 2. Advances to the regional final. Emerson Niles on the attack, forwarded up. Attack back across. Forward set, front left. Attack across for the Cubans. Set back up, blocked at the net, pushed across by Ritchie. No, they're going to call a lift by Ritchie. 2 serving, 1 Cubans. Service by Niles. Order from the midcourt, set up to the midcourt. The attack over by Gratz, handled by Cuba City. A back set, Roof back over at the net. The Cubans cannot get the return. The block up front was Sidney Weigel. 2 serving 2. No time limit tonight. Just got to win in 5 sets by 2. Service on the way, ball dug out by the Cubans. Forward set, middle hitter spot. Hotaker spike off the block, popped up in the midcourt. Now forwarded by Weigel. The punch across by Ramey Norgard. They'll set it back up for Krieger now, will the Cubans. Now for Krieger again, this time forwarded by the Redbirds. They'll set it back up for a push front left. Krieger handles. Miskey back to Krieger. Krieger across. Forwarded from the back line. And Gratz. And now Cubans in a scramble, dive into each other in the center. And ball out of bounds. I think we got a blood timeout as Niles dinged the finger a little bit. We'll see if they can quickly tape that up and keep her in the lineup. It's 3-2 Darlington. And a decisive set 5. As part of our post-game show, well, we won't have a halftime report. There's no halftime in volleyball. If we did, it'd be brought to you by McNett Electric of Belmont. Bringing the scrapper of the game by West End Salvage, the Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center MVP and the Tri-Core Turning Point. Redbird service forwarded up by Ingersoll. Forward set, middle hitter spot, Hotaker. Roof back over at the net. Ramey Norgard up front doing the dirty work. 4 serving 2. Redbirds. Sidney Weigel's service. Forwarded by Ingersoll. Punched across by Krieger. And the Redbirds can't get the return. 3 serving 4, Cuba City. Krieger from backcourt left. Punches across. Pass forward, now set front left. Blocked back over the net by Hotaker. They'll try again on the quick set across by Ritchie. Cuban smart to it. They'll set for Miskey, who attacks across. Set front left. Darlington pushed to the corner. Miskey gets a mid on it, but can't get any more in terms of a pass. And it's an attack killed by Macy Norgard. 5 serving 3, Darlington. Maddie Gratz from the backcourt right, as you'd view from behind the Redbird square. Cubans forward up, set front left. Miskey the attack to the back line and deep. 6 serving 3, Redbirds. And now they're tending again to the finger of Niles, and Carey Lawson wanted some more time. Instead, they will put Audrey Schaff into the front line, freshman setter. 6 serving 3, Darlington. They'll set it up for Miskey. The cross-court attack forwarded up by Winslow to the net, and Ritchie tried to quick set over and missed. 4 serving 6, Cuba City. Audrey Schoaf. Now the officials trying to get together. Well, now we have an update from Madison. Edgewood came back to win 3 straight sets and defeat the Platteville Hillmen. Missing some scores in the middle, but set 5 was 17-15. Here it's tied at 2 sets apiece. I believe between timeouts and injury situations, we've got it figured out. That Cuba City is serving with a 4-6 deficit. Hotaker punches across, forwarded up by Winslow, and setting it up, and a misfire front left. 5 serving 6, Cuba City. Here's Emerson Niles back into the lineup with the left middle finger taped up, which she cut the fingernail or broke the fingernail from the cuticle on a diving collision with a teammate a few moments ago. Back and forth volley. Cubans keep it alive. Miskey pushes across, forwarded up from the midcourt right. Set up middle hitter spot, spike across, painting the sideline for the kill. Katie Hartwig. 7 serving 5, Redbirds. Cameron Andrews, the freshman, will serve across, popped up midcourt left. Forward set for Miskey, into the block for the kill, Maya Miskey. Six serving 7, Cuba City. Trina Redfern serves. Forwarded from the back middle, set middle hitter spot, spike off the block, jack down Darlington side. Set again, front left this time, spike off the block and for the kill. Redbird point. Lily Ritchie. I've got her for 15 kills. As Darlington brings Chloe O'Brien back into the front line. Serve coming from Olivia Winslow, 8 serving 6, Darlington. Serve dug, and can they get the return? Oh, they do. Beautiful swipe by Miskey, great hustle by the Cubans. And it's 7 serving 8. 20 kills for Miskey. She'll come back to serve, trying to even things up in set 5. 7 serving 8. Punched across, popped up in the midcourt. Pass front left, punch across, O'Brien. Cubans handle. The attack by Krieger. They'll get the return, and now the attack by the Redbirds front left. Getting the kill is Ritchie. 9 serving 7. And a timeout on the floor. We'll spend 1, 2. 9-7. Darlington leading Cuba City in set 5. We're back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. From the Ayers Furniture, best seat in the house at Pettigrew Gymnasium, RJ Osterhaus with you, set 5. Darlington and Cuba City, the 6th-seeded Redbirds, the 3rd-seeded Cubans. 9 serving 7 in set 5, Darlington. Cubans get the return. Off the net, and now a pass, and now a return pass over the net. Forward set, front left, attack across the back line, forwarded up by the Redbirds. Set front left, over the top was Ritchie, and now the Cubans looking for the return to the back corner. It's an attack kill for Savannah Krieger. 8 serving 9, Cuba City. And Allie Ingersoll for the Cubans. Her serve from backcourt right, punched across back middle, forwarded up by Darlington. A reverse pass to the front left, the attack. Roof back over at the net. Cheyenne Hotaker. 9-all in set 5. Ingersoll again. Line serve, forwarded from the middle. Set front left, push across, Ingersoll handles. Pass by Niles up front for Krieger. Now the Redbirds coming back. Ritchie's spike popped up at the net. Now they'll quick it back over. Pass by Ritchie, back set front left. O'Brien the spike, forwarded by Redfern. Now set back front left, spike through the block. Dug out back row. Popped up in the midcourt. Swinging pass over the net. Set 50-50 at the net, comes down Darlington side. Now rising up is Ritchie, forwarded by Miskey. Pass back to the center square, push across by Ingersoll. Dug forward by the Redbirds. Forwarded up, pass across, dug out by Ingersoll. Forwarded up front left, the attack across out the block, and in the net the call against the Redbirds. Cubans lead 10-9. Serving 9, Cuba City. Ingersoll punches across, dug out in the midcourt. Forward set, front left. Attack blocked back at the net. No, it was off the top of the net. 4 hits, Cuban point. 11 serving 9, Cuba City. Timeout on the floor. What a matchup as we approach the 9 o'clock hour, like very closely. On Super Hits 106. 106.1 FM KIYX, Sagefield, Dubuque, a Queen Bee radio station. Online at superhits106.com. Power banners from Toyota in Dubuque. And on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical in the Laley Center, Monroe. Part of Grant Regional Center, People's State Bank. Coverage of high school sports presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental. And Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Whoa, there's an upset. I'm told Belmont has defeated Schulzberg 3-1. Told you Marshall defeated Dodgeville. Winner of this headed to Marshall Saturday night. Cubans leading 11-9 and serving. Ball dug out back middle. Forward set, front left. Cross court spike off the block, dug forward. At the net set left. Popped up by Ritchie. Forward set to Ritchie. Front left on the attack. That's going to be attacked. And off the dig and the ceiling for the kill. Ten serving 11. Redbirds with Ritchie. Their ace leader on the year with 54. 55 now because she had one tonight, and there is one. Second of the night for Ritchie and number 56. We are tied at 11 in a decisive game 5. Ritchie running jump serve. Pop forward by Miskey. Niles the forward set. To the left side, Hotaker, did she paint the back line? She did. Redbird student section can't believe the call, but Hotaker makes it 12-11. And now here's Emerson Niles with the serve. The lefty running jump serve from back middle. Dug forward by the Redbirds. Forward set, middle hitter spot, tap across, forwarded up by Niles. Now Ingersoll. The bump set to the front left, attack across, and the kill by Savannah Krieger. 13 serving 11 Cubans. It's a tense one in here. Decisive fifth set. Service again by Niles, forwarded up by the Redbirds, in the middle, spike. And back to the square now for Cuba City. Ingersoll punches across, forward set, left side, attack into the block. Popped up, now mid-court reverse bump return by Niles. Forward set, front left off the block, pop that down Cuba side. Now 50-50 ball swipe downward, and achieving the kill was Sydney Weigel. 12 serving 13, Darlington. Weigel from the backcourt middle. Punched across, dug forward by Ingersoll. Niles passes to Miskey, who attacks from the back row. Now forward set, front left, Redbirds push across, pop forward by Krieger. Forward set to Krieger, push back, corner, and the kill for Krieger. Set point, match point, and set 5 for the Cuba City Cubans. And a timeout, Darlington. Again, coming up, our Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show, including the West End Salvage Scrapper of the Game, Hermson's Most Valuable Player of the Game, and our Tri-Court Turning Point. Most likely a happy and relieved coach and maybe a player or two. We'll see how it all plays out here. Right now, Cuba City, set point, match point in set 5. Cuba took set 1, 26-24, then Darlington 25-23, 25-20. Cuba City set 4, 27-25. Winner goes to Marshall Saturday night. Coverage on the Queen Bee Radio family of stations and streams. 14 serving 12. Service on the way is deep. A little too hard for Krieger. And it's 13 serving 14 Darlington, but no margin of error for the Redbirds, as it takes 2 to win it. Maddie Gratz, service just over, dug out in the middle. Set back up, Miskey attacks across, popped up in the center court. Forward set, middle hitter spot, spike off the block, popped up a lift, and a point for the Redbirds. 14 all, as we're back to even. Must win by 2. From Cuba City. Maddie Gratz again. Serve on the way, forwarded by Ingersoll. Niles to set, front left. And the attack is deep by Miskey. Now set point, match point for Darlington in the Cuba City timeout. else do we have for you on the shoebox scoreboard? We can start checking that stuff out all around. In Division 5, Royals beating North Crawford a 1-9, waiting Hillsborough DeSoto. The Highland Cardinals won tonight over Wazeeka Steuben. Highland, the 2 seed, awaits Seneca or Wanawak Center on Saturday night. We're set for volleyball to resume here. 15 serving 14, set point, match point for Darlington. Service on the way, allowed to go deep. It's a service error. And we're knotted at 15. So Cuba City back in the driver's seat with Cheyenne Hotaker, the senior, from backcourt middle. The serve across. Pass to the left, forward set, front left, tap across, tipped up at the net, and it's not going to be returned. Point Darlington, set point, match point Darlington. Well, keep it going, my bedtime shot already. Cameron Andrews for the Redbirds. Trying to finish the upset. The service on the way, and now whistle blows it dead. Cuba had a substitution coming. Audrey Schultz back in. Now 16 serving 15. Andrews to do it again. Freshman behind the line, punches across, dugout back middle. Back set, Miskey bumps across, dugout. Pop forward, front, left, across. For the kill is Ritchie. And a victory for Darlington, 17-15. The Redbirds win 3 sets to 2 and pull the upset of Cuba City in Pettigrew Gymnasium. The Darlington Redbirds win 24-26, 25-23, 25-20, 25-27, 17-15. Good gravy, that was nuts. We'll recap it coming up in our Rees Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show. We'll bring you more of the shoebox scoreboard as well here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. the Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show from Pettigrew Gymnasium in Cuba City, where a round 2 playoff matchup that these two teams won't soon forget, and certainly not the Darlington Redbirds fans, as they came into Cuba City and pulled the upset. Again, 24-26, 25-23, 25-20, 27-25, 17-15. Carey Lawson very prophetic when she mentioned extra innings in this one, because we saw 3 of these sets go more than the recommended distance to settle things. Cuba City ends their season, by the way, with a record of 24-14. They were led tonight unofficially by Maya Miskey and her 20 attack kills. Cheyenne Hotaker with 17 kills. I had 9 for Savannah Krieger, 3 for Meg Keepers, and 1 for Emerson Niles. I had Hotaker for a couple blocks, Keepers 2, and Bethany Doherty, and those block numbers low, and my numbers unofficial, of course. Aces, 3 for Allie Ingersoll, 3 for Emerson Niles, a pair for Maya Miskey. Cheyenne Hotaker, Brooke Terpstra, and Savannah Krieger also with aces in this one for Cuba City in the losing effort tonight. Final game for seniors Trina Redfern, Addie Schoaf, Allie Ingersoll, and Cheyenne Hotaker. For the Darlington Redbirds, who improved to 19-15, advanced to play at Marshall on Saturday night, they were led by Lily Ritchie and her 18 kills. I had Maddie Gratz for 15. 11 for Katie Hartwig, 6 for Ramey Norgard, 4 for Macy Norgard. I had 6 for Ava Whalen, 6 for Sydney Weigel, 3 for Chloe O'Brien. The blocks department, that means upwards of 3 for Maddie Gratz, 2 for Ramey Norgard, and at least 1 for O'Brien, Ritchie, Weigel, and Macy Norgard. Just 3 aces for the Redbirds tonight, but they didn't need them, I guess. A pair for Lily Ritchie. I believe those are both in set 5. And Sydney Weigel with the other ace for Darlington. Again, the Redbirds improved to 19-15, and they advance to face Marshall coming up tomorrow night. Our Tricor Turning Point is brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance. And you got to go with the latest moments in set 5. Both teams had set point, match point, and it was Darlington who ended up pulling it out 17-15. This thing turned throughout. From the opening moments of set 1, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Not back and forth games, back and forth points. Not a lot of huge runs in this one. So that Tricor Turning Point, the end. Brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Our scrapper of the game, sponsored by West End Salvage, the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay their opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. And I'm going to go with sophomore Emerson Niles for Cuba City. Trying to hustle back and forth, getting dinged up in a collision. Out there playing hurt, that's scrappy. And Emerson Niles is our scrapper of the game here, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. Our most valuable players presented by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware, bottom of Main Platteville. Hermson's will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Go to Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington and Platteville. And our MVP, I think, has got to be Lily Ritchie. Led the team in attack kills unofficially. Led the team in aces tonight. The junior is a leader on the court. Offensively, defensively, she is our Hermson's MVP. We're going to take a time out here during our Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show. Talk to Coach Richie Mabry a player or two and do that straight ahead along with the Shoebox scoreboard update. We'll do that next here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. From the Ayers Furniture, best seat in the house, our Edward Jones at Reeves Wealth Management postgame show. Darlington and Cuba City wrapping up a classic 5-set regional playoff matchup. And again, the Redbirds winning 24-26, 25-23, 25-20, 27-25, and 15-17. And I'm joined by a trio of players and coach, and we'll talk first to Maddie Gratz. Maddie, first of all, congratulations. From a volleyball standpoint, when you come to Cuba City, it always gets you fired up. A postseason situation even more. Talk about this environment, talk about the back and forth tonight.
Oh my gosh, I can't even explain. I love playing in this environment, and it's so fun, especially coming out with a win in Cuba.
I don't think I've covered a volleyball match that has been so void of runs.
Oh my gosh, the fans were crazy too.
The fans crazy, but nobody get anything going consistently because of the back and forth. You guys got swept by them pretty handily back in early September. That's a long time ago from a volleyball standpoint. Both teams have obviously improved, but you guys didn't let that bother you at all.
No, we knew we had to come in the gym. We had to get ready after we got swept by them. We've been working so hard for this moment, and we knew that we were here today. We were here to get it done.
Well, congratulations. Let you go enjoy the victory.
Thank you.
All right. That was Maddie Gratz. And now Katie Hartwig. Katie, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
This environment tonight, talk about your student section a little bit. I mentioned earlier in the game, they were out working the Cuban section a little bit, weren't they?
They sure were, and I am amazed because they're not usually like that, so they brought their A game. I couldn't be more grateful. Every time I had a bad pass, every time I messed up, I heard them cheering for me, and every time I did something good, it just kept me going. I was so grateful to have all of them there. I can't even explain it.
Something your coach said in the pregame was next play, and I've seen it with teams playing Cuba City in the past. It's, here it goes again, here come the Cubans, and you guys flushed it right now, got right back to business. I didn't see the head hanging. Talk about the attitude and when did that start with this team?
We do this thing where when we mess up, in our heads we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a new game. We're right back in it. Nothing happened. We come in a huddle. We're all good. Next play. That's what we got to do. The first time we played them, we didn't have that mentality. We're a whole new team. We had that mentality tonight, and that's why we came out on top.
All right. Hey, congratulations.
Thank
Let's
you
enjoy
so
the win,
much.
too.
Thank you.
And then we have Lily Ritchie. Lily, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not as good as you are right now. You guys came out there. It was back and forth. Talk about what the plan was for Cuba City and what adjustments you had to make throughout the match tonight.
Well, first time we played them, I was a setter. I set all the way around. This time I was a hitter, so I really got to contribute to the team. So we are a whole new team this time around.
The setter contributes too, and that versatility that you get. We saw that on both sides of the ball for you. We did name you our Hermson's MVP, but it was an incredible team effort tonight. Talk about your teammates and talk about, again, the biggest adjustments you had to make throughout the match tonight.
Well, we were just playing as a team, and we really built our camaraderie throughout the season, so it was really fun to play here tonight.
You've got Marshall coming up next. You know anything about them?
They're going down.
I love it. Lily, congratulations. Ladies, congratulations. I appreciate it. Go enjoy the win.
Nice.
Pam,
Hi.
how about that?
How about it? That was a fun game.
You know, and Carey Lawson was kind of prophetic in the pregame. She mentioned being excited to be coaching against you, a lot of respect she has for you, and she said probably has some extra innings tonight. Well, holy cow, how many, 3 matches go over regulation. It was not for the faint of heart out there. It had to be a heck of a lot heart pumping over in your seat than it was from where I was at.
You know it was, but I'm so proud of these girls because of just their mentality of, like we said, next play, and them just grinding and just getting it done. And yes, coming here, like I said in the pregame, it's always a vibe. It's always tough, and Carey is a Jedi, so coaching against her is not easy. And you had mentioned earlier about no runs. I mean, that maybe there was a span of like 4 points, but then it was just next ball again. So super fun match.
Speak a bit to the Cuba City Cubans and the pressure they brought, because they did not get down either.
No,
Talk about the biggest challenge they presented you with, and what were you most proud of your team for overcoming?
I mean, they can hammer it, and they are shifty. And like you saw Savannah Krieger really get shifty with that nice push shot at the corner, and it was killing us. And they got a couple points off of that. And I really felt like after a while we were able to kind of pick that ball up. Cuba City, like again, they're just such a well-disciplined, well-run, oiled machine. And I mean, they should not hang their hats. They are a great team. It was fun to play them. I mean, I'm proud of my girls for doing it, though. I really, really am.
Well, Lily had her opinion on Marshall. Do you know any more about them and what she think is going to happen?
They're tough. They're a tough team, and we're going to have to play like this or better. But, I tell my girls all the time, on any given night, any team can win. So why not us, RJ?
Hey, why not you? Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow night. We'll have
Thank you.
coverage for you somewhere here in the Queeby
Thank you.
Radio family.
Thank you.
All right, that's Pam Ritchie, head coach of the Darlington Redbirds, who pulled the upset here at Cuba City tonight. Again, your final was 24-26, 25-23, 25-20, 25-27, and 17-15. Let's get to that shoebox scoreboard, which, man, you've got to think it's probably about complete by now. The Platteville Hillmen, they fell tonight 3-2. They were up 2-0 at Edgewood, 25-23, 25-22, before dropping 3 straight sets, and the last one 17-15. So the Platteville Hillman season comes to an end. We go to Division 3. Richland Center, the 3 seed, held off Westby. Don't have scores up here, but we do have the winners anyhow. Richland Center will play at the 2 seed Luther, who beat Watoma tonight. Mineral Point defeated Lancaster this evening, 25-17, 14-22. Mineral Point's next opponent, River Valley, who won the 4-5 matchup against Belleville. We told you Darlington pulled the 6-3 upset here at Cuba City in a I've never seen two teams so evenly matched in a postseason environment. They won 3-2, and they are at Marshall, who ended Dodgeville's season in the 7-2 matchup. It'll be a 6-2 matchup for Darlington at Marshall tomorrow night. In Division 4. In Division 4. Here we go. In Division 4, the Fenimore Golden Eagles sweep Iowa Grant tonight, 25-11, 22-18. Fenimore will play the 5-seed Bangor, who pulled the 5-4 upset at River Ridge 3-1. Brookwood, the 2-seed, defeated the 7-seed Riverdale. They await the Cashton, Wisconsin Heights winner. So that's Division 4. On to Division 5. The Argyle Orioles, easy for somebody to say, defeated Benton tonight in the 1-9 matchup. Argyle will play Southwestern, who won the 4-5 matchup against Potosi. So Southwestern at Argyle. Pecatonica, the 3-seed, beat the 6-seed Monticello. Pecatonica will play the Belmont Braves. Belmont pulled the 7-2 upset at Schulzberg, 3-1. So Belmont at Pecatonica coming up tomorrow night. Barneveld, the 1-seed, beat Catholic Central. They will play the Chesterton Academy of Milwaukee. The 4-seed will beat Ryle, the 5. And I believe, am I missing a bracket somewhere? Yeah, I am. Here we go. The Highland Cardinals, winners over Wazeeka Steuben. We were there before. Highland, the 2-seed, will play the 6-seed Wanawak Center, who upset Seneca in the 6-3 matchup. So Highland Wanawak Center tomorrow night. DeSoto beat Hillsboro in the 4-5 matchup to face the 1-seed Royal, who bested North Crawford. I think that is all of everything on our shoebox scoreboard. We'll have coverage announcements tomorrow on the Queen Bee Radio family of stations and streams, and on our social media pages as well. Lots of thanks to go around. Carey Lawson for both joining us in our pregame show and for her work as AD here at Cuba City, always making sure we are taken care of. And those of us at Queen Bee Radio are very grateful for her and everything she does to make things a lot easier for us when we come here and even when we have the Cubans on the road. So thanks to them. Thanks to Pamela Ritchie, head coach of the Redbirds, and Maddie Gratz, Lily Ritchie, and Katie Hartwig joining us in our Edward Jones at Rees Wealth Management post-game show tonight. Thanks to you for listening, because not much fun if you're not. The preceding Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of playoff volleyball, presented by Kieler, Darlington Kieler, and Cuba City Kieler and Darlington Family Dental. Broadcaster fatigue is setting in. And Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Also on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and the Laley Center, Monroe. Once again, your final in a Division 3 regional semifinal from Cuba City. The 6-seeded Redbirds defeat the 3-seeded host Cubans. 24-26, 25-23, 25-20, 25-27, 17-15. Again, my name is RJ Osterhaus. Thank you for listening, and good night from Cuba City High School.